I think this is a really nice way to just talk naturally together, talk plainly. Let's give it a shot. We know the names of Lincoln, Grant, and the Battle of Gettysburg. But what if I told you that the Civil War hides a lot more than the textbooks tell you? Today, 10 startling facts about the American Civil War that will forever change the way you look at this page of history. The war claimed more lives than World War I and World War II combined. More than 620,000 Americans died in the Civil War. That's more than in the two World Wars combined. The casualties were so great that entire families lost all their men, and thousands of soldiers were never found. The youngest soldier was only 9 years old. Johnny Clem, a 9-year-old boy, became a drummer in the Army of the North and even shot a Confederate officer. He was nicknamed Little Soldier of the North, and he became a hero at an age when children were still playing war games, not really fighting. More than 200,000 black soldiers fought for the North. Despite racism, poor supply, and a low pay, black soldiers contributed greatly to the Northern victory. One of the most famous was the 54th Massachusetts Regiment, which showed heroism in battle. Robert E. Lee did not own slaves, but fought for slavery. It is often said that General Lee was not in favor of slavery, but he still led an army defending a Southern way of life that was based on slavery. History tries to exonerate him, but the facts speak for themselves. Lincoln was being assassinated before the war began. In 1861, on his way to the inauguration, Lincoln learned of a plot in Baltimore. He was forced to enter Washington secretly, in disguise and at night, to avoid assassination. More than 400 women fought dressed as men. Women were not accepted into the army, but that didn't stop those who wanted to fight. They disguised themselves, used men's names, and fought alongside men, sometimes for years, going unnoticed. Medical care was horrific and often fatal. More than half of the dead soldiers died not from wounds, but from disease and infection. Amputations were done without anesthesia, without gloves, without sterile instruments. 19th century surgery was scarier than war itself. The Confederates printed their own money, which depreciated in value. The Confederacy issued its own currency. At the beginning of the war, you could buy something with it, but by the end it was worthless. People burned the bills or even pasted them on their walls like wallpaper. One of the world's first submarines fought in this war. The Confederate submarine H.L. Hunley in 1864 sank an enemy ship for the first time in history. However, the submarine's entire crew perished. A tragic victory that was a breakthrough in naval warfare. The last war veteran died in 1956. His name was Albert Wilson. He was a drummer in the Army of the North and died in the mid-20th century. He lived to see television, rock and roll, and the Cold War, a witness to an era we think of as ancient. The U.S. Civil War is not just a confrontation between North and South. It is tragedy, heroism, sacrifice, and lessons that are still relevant today. Write in the comments, what fact surprised you the most? And don't forget to subscribe if you're interested in living history.